We need to think of a new advert for freebets.com.
Get your best betting offers from freebets.com.
Yeah, that'll do.
The following deals are now live.
Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with freebets.com, Empire Fight Storm, Forged Irish Stout. Delighted to be joined here. Australian heavyweight Mark De Mori. How are you, sir?
I'm good, mate. I'm enjoying Riyadh. I had no idea what to expect, but incredibly friendly people and great service and hospitality.
In terms of like getting the fight made though, quickly materialised, that was like one of the quickest you've been a part of in a fight being made on such a big magnitude?
On such a big magnitude, yeah. My manager called me. He said, what's the most amount of money you'd need to fight anyone in the world? He said, I'll get you more. I said, okay. He goes, do you want to know who you're fighting? I said, probably. And they told me, and I said, yeah, let's do it.
Let's talk a little bit about Filip Hrgovic. You go into this fight as a big underdog, obviously, as everyone makes, but not something that phases you?
Well, I'd love to be 100-1 favourite, but they're not paying me to do that. They're paying me as the underdog. I've been called up. People haven't seen me on the big stage for a long time. I haven't been on the big stage for a long time, but I've had 12 wins, 11 by knockout. I've been fighting all sorts of styles, different countries, training, loving boxing again. And when they called me up, I said, why not? I mean, nobody expects anything from me. It's all about Hrgovic taking a tune up until he gets the big Fury-Usyk winner. Sure, that's the script. Whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't bother me. I mean, I tell guys, look, you probably took beatings in the amateurs, you got paid nothing. You got to take risks in pro boxing. You know, I can't, at 41 especially, I can't sit back fighting journeyman and expect something big to happen. The opportunity comes, you got to take it. I know that I can be a replaceable guy on this card. Guys like Joshua, Fury, they're not replaceable, but had to take the risk.
Filip Hrgovic, someone that obviously unbeaten, but people have said not as impressed in their last couple of performances. Are there things that you believe that you can take out of that?
Well, I do think that he's done, for example, Tony Yoka and him fought in the Olympics. I think he's done better than Yoka as a professional, because professional and amateur is very different. Amateur is a sprint, it's about scoring as many points as possible. Professional boxing is about hurting someone. And I think Hrgovic has just slowed the pace down and learned to go 12 rounds. I wouldn't call them bad performances. I think he's just fighting more like a pro. He's not rushing things. Have I seen anything I can take away from it? Not really, because the guys he fought are nothing like me. So it's not like I can copy these 6'6" guys. But I'm a power fighter. I'm explosive. Training camp last few weeks, I've actually surprised myself how I've still got that power. A couple of the sparring partners were cut in half with body shots, a couple broken ribs. So I was like, okay, I've still got some magic in the hands, and now I have to try and read Hrgovic. He throws predictable punches. He's very good at them, but you've got to read them. It's a jab cross, it's a jab cross hook. They're traditional combinations. You have to read them, try and counter between them, and he has everything to lose.
Like you mentioned, this occasion, of course, a big payday, but also Filip Hrgovic #1 with the IBF. This would put you on the cusp of a world title shot. What a jump to stardom that would be, a real motivating factor.
Honestly, I don't think if I caught Hrgovic that anyone wants to see me fight the Fury-Usyk winner, and that's just being realistic, and that's fine. So we'd probably do a rematch, yeah. I mean, Fury and Usyk, I sparred Fury once, and it was during those rounds I realised I'd never be world champion. That's how much trouble I had landing a punch on him. So yeah, I just think it would be a rematch. If I managed to knock him out, it would be a rematch, and good fun. You know, there's no expectations for me or my career anymore. So I walk in there with no weight on my shoulders.
I suppose let's talk about the two big main events, Anthony Joshua versus Otto Wallin. We know that AJ previously not successful with southpaws, although Alexander Usyk obviously a great in himself. Otto Wallin a very tough contender. How do you see that one going?
Wallin's extremely tough, and I mean, unsuccessful with Usyk. I don't think it's because Usyk's a southpaw. I think he could box in any stance and people would have trouble with him. I just think that, I don't know, maybe a little bit gun-shy, Joshua, in those performances, but I think being gun-shy against Wallin won't affect him as much, because Wallin, he's really good, but he just lacks that little bit of explosiveness that Joshua has. And I mean, that right hand he knocked out, who did he knock out with? Finnish guy, Hellenius. I mean, that's just brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and if he's going to stand in front of Wallin for 12 rounds, and Wallin being a southpaw, you're easy to hit with the right hand. Eventually that's going to land, and I think that's going to be the difference. Don't get me wrong, Wallin's good. He's tough. He gave Fury an incredible fight. Could have gone either way until the last few rounds. I just think Joshua's way better than people want to give him credit for.
They're obviously teeing up the Joshua Wilder fight. We know Deontay Wilder fights Joseph Parker. How do you see that one going? We know 36 minutes in a fight, but Deontay Wilder only really needs that one punch to land.
I would pick Wilder to beat everyone except for maybe Fury and maybe Usyk. And it's not because I think he's got better technique than Joshua. I just think he has a gift from God with that right hand. And I always tell guys, heavyweight boxing, and even Ismail Salas, who was a Cuban coach and coached Tay, he even told me, why don't Cubans do so well at heavyweight even though they have the best amateurs? Because heavyweight boxing is about power. Wilder has some crazy knockout power. Even if you block a punch from a guy like that, you take it on the arm, the glove, it's still going to give you concussion. And when you've got a gift like that, yeah, I'm going to pick Wilder.
Well, Mark, thank you very much for your time. Enjoying that you're relishing the status and everything about it, and all the best come Saturday night. Thank you very much. Top man.